Hello, EVSC students. My name is Mrs. Haggard and I work at Lincoln School in the 6th grade. Today, what we're going to be talking about is reliable resources for your upcoming research project. But before we do that, we want to make sure that we're concentrated because you might be going outside and playing for the day today. You might be running around with parents to the grocery store. You might be even focusing on your packets for this week for online, or if your school gives out packets. So right now I want everyone to stand up and we're going to do a challenge. My kids absolutely love in the 6th grade our 30-second challenge. We're going to do something a little bit like that, but a little bit different. So what I want you to do is let's see if I can pull back here. I'm going to stand on one foot and we're going to go clap forward and clap back. I want to see how many times you can do that without falling or losing your balance. Okay, we're going to take about 30 seconds. So I'm going to count down from 30 and see if you can fit in there the full 30. So let's go ahead, leg up. You can either do it up this way or just above or just out. So let's do it for 30. 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Good job. Very good job. If you need another brain break during this time, you could even do the other, pulling up the other leg and clapping back and forth, or doing the same thing. So during this presentation here today. So very good job. I hope if you ended up doing the whole 30 seconds without losing your balance, give yourselves a pat on the back. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. Okay, so again, we're talking about reliable resources. Resources are the sources that you're going to be finding facts that for your research, okay? All right, so the objective today is I can use evidence to evaluate the accuracy of information presented in multimedia messages, okay? Okay, so we have a video to start us off with, and then we're going to go more deeper in this video. Oh, well.
Evaluate sources for reliability. When you research a topic, it's important to use reliable sources. Reliable means credible, trustworthy, and objective. Finding reliable sources is extremely important to ensure that we understand the whole truth about the topic we're researching. Only then can we provide the most accurate information to our audience. It can be difficult to determine the reliability of a source because sources can fall within a range of reliability. Some sources are completely unreliable, and others are highly reliable, but there are many sources that fall somewhere in between. There are a few ways you can assess the reliability of a source to determine how you should use it in your research or if you should use it at all. First, determine the author or publishing organization. It's important that the author is an expert on the topic. Try to learn more about the author's education and experience in the field. It's also important to determine the author's purpose. Is the sole purpose to inform and educate the reader, or does the author also want to persuade, entertain, or sell something to the audience? Some authors and organizations may be biased. This means the author has such strong feelings or beliefs about a topic, they might ignore conflicting evidence. A biased source may present information that is inaccurate, incomplete, or one-sided in order to persuade the audience to feel a certain way. Sometimes authors may even disguise their writing as informative while actually trying to influence the reader's opinion on a topic. Even educational, nonprofit, governmental, and news organizations can seem reliable but may have an underlying agenda. An agenda is what the organization is trying to accomplish. It's important to recognize the agenda of an organization and seek a variety of sources on the same topic to find the objective truth. Look for common information between sources and references that provide evidence to verify authors' claims. In some cases, it's helpful to consider the date of publication of a source. An original document created at the time of a historical event may be more accurate than a secondary source written years later. Information about current events can change quickly, so sometimes more recent sources have the most up-to-date and accurate information. Scientific understandings can change over time too, so it's important to be aware of any recent findings that may contradict previous conclusions. There are a few types of sources that are commonly unreliable. An advertisement trying to sell a product, service, or idea probably won't provide the most objective information. A personal blog will describe the beliefs or opinions of an individual, but it may not represent the broader consensus on a topic or have supporting evidence. And social media posts often spread biased, inaccurate, or sensational information to influence users' opinions on controversial topics. So as you research a topic, evaluate each source to determine its reliability.
All right, so as you can tell, there's a lot of information in this world, but we have to make sure that we're looking at the lens point of just the facts, nothing biased, nothing anything like that. So we want to make sure that our facts that we're putting in our paper are actually true facts, not someone's opinion, but very true facts. And that goes with our writing too. You don't want to put bias in your research paper because it's a research paper, it's not an opinion paper. Okay, so the author's point of view and message. Okay, so the author's point of view is an opinion on the topic, kind of like what we were just reviewing just a second ago. What is the author trying to tell me? That's what you're going to be saying to yourself every time that you read a source. Okay, so the first question is, are they trying to persuade me to believe their side or buy something? Are they trying to entertain me with facts that may or may not be true? And are they trying to inform me of facts about the subject? Okay, so those are the questions that should be running through your head. Those are easy 3 questions that you can say each time that you read a source. Did they try to persuade me? Were they entertaining me? Or were they just informing me about the facts? Okay, accuracy of websites, okay? How do you know if they're credible, okay? So the first way is to look at websites that have .gov, .org, and .edu. The second one is look on the website and see the author or researcher. And then the third way is to look to see the format of the website. Those 3 things will actually, they're not all going to be credible, but most of those are going to be credible because they come from someone that is very knowledgeable about the subject. Okay, so don't always say that these are going to be exactly the websites that you need. You actually need to go in and read the article because like we said, like the video said, some newspapers can have some bias with it, but some of them are actually showing you the information that is from a true source. Okay, so the accuracy of books. We don't use a lot of books nowadays because we have something called Google. Everyone knows it, everyone loves it. I know that we absolutely love Google and we rely on it, but if you're at home and you have some books, or if you can't find a lot of resources on a website after the libraries open back up, go ahead and go read a book. It's a great way of learning resources and you'll actually find a lot more information about your subject that way. Okay, so the accuracy of books. The first way is to find the opinions. Does it have it or not? Is it any fiction or historical fiction? And is the author credible? Credibility is very important. If you research the author of the book and they say that they have their master's in biology and they're writing about let's just say a weather book. Biology and weather are two separate things, so they're not going to be a reliable source for that. Okay, so we're going to be playing a game, okay? It's going to be called Credible or Not, okay? So at home, I want you to look at these. I have pictures of websites and books, and I want you to decide whether they are credible or not, and we're going to decide, okay? Okay, the first one is Wikipedia. We can look at the format. I'm going to give you just a second to look at that screen and make your decision. Do you have an answer? Okay, let's see. It is going to be not credible. So let's go back here and let's actually see. Because of the format of it, it doesn't have an author. We don't know who actually wrote this. And if you actually have done research on Wikipedia, you will know that sometimes that people will actually go in and change the information on it. So you can get a lot of cool information off of it, but if you're using Wikipedia for your whole paper, that's not going to be a reliable source because people can go in and change it to silly things, okay? Okay, now we have a redcross.org, okay? So what do you think? Is it credible or not credible? I'll give you just a second to look at the screen, and I want you to make a decision in the next 10 seconds. Do you have your answer? All right, let's see. It's credible. We're going to go back to it. The American Red Cross is a well-known organization based off of health. Okay, so that's the first thing, is that if you don't know about the American Red Cross and you don't know if they're a reliable resource, then go ahead and Google the American Red Cross. We can tell, because if you actually go down this page, which we can't do it right now, but if you keep on going down that page, you're going to see a lot of sources and a lot of people, a lot of interviews and stuff like that. And it even has for the health organization for the whole United States. So stamp at the bottom. So that is what you're going to be trying to find on your credible sources based off your research paper. All right, so that is credible. Okay, now we're going into books, okay? Everyone knows these books because they've been in your school. So National Geographic, is it credible or not credible? I'll give you just a second to view the cover of it and tell me your answer. This would be considered credible, okay? Sometimes they will slip opinions in there which will make it more of a biased article, but the overall structure of a National Geographic does have a lot of facts to it, so you can definitely use this within your research paper for the coming years, or if you find one online, or if you can get a hold of a National Geographic book, those will be considered credible. You just have to read the article to make sure that they're stating facts on both sides, not just their opinion. All right, and the Magic Tree House books, one of my favorite series of books to read. So is this going to be credible or not credible? I want you to take a minute and decide. All right, do we have our answer? Let's see if you're correct. It is not credible. If you got that one right, pat yourself on the back. This is a fantasy fiction novel, even though it has a lot of facts within it about that time period or about the people that's in it. We're going to say that's not a reliable source because this is a fiction book. Okay, I know that a lot of people are saying, well, there's a lot of information. They go back in time to do it. But we don't know if those facts are accurate. Okay? So, all right. Okay, well, and then that's it. I thought I had an ending screen, but that's okay. I hope that you guys learned a little bit about credibility and what is bias and what is not, and what websites and books you can find online. I know a lot of you are using the packets. I'm sure that your teacher will provide a resource for you that's going to be part of your packet for your research, or use your own knowledge about the subject, okay? We know that we can watch it on the news, especially the COVID-19. That's what my class is going to be actually researching on. They can look on the news to find. It's not going to be all credible, but we're going to make sure that we are making you guys successful in the classroom. So talk to your families, talk to your friends, do interviews with your family and friends to talk about the subject, because they might have some knowledge about it as well. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you guys have learned a little something today, and I hope that you guys are staying safe and doing well. Your teachers miss you, and we hope to see you guys soon.